Hey everybody, Superfluous J here with another Factorio for beginners, and today we are handling some slowness issues with our production. We are not making gears or electronic circuits in a fashion that I am comfortable with. We're going to start with electronic circuits because they're definitely the worse off. And what we need to do here to get these working is to expand our lines so that they match up with this. This one already does, and also this one we want to expand. And then we're going to copy this entire thing. Oops. We're going to hit the right button. We're going to hit Control. Oh, my microphone cable was stuck under my Control key, so I couldn't hit Control. So we're going to hit Control C. We're going to copy just this block here. And then we're going to paste it right there. And then we're going to lay all this stuff. We're going to lay the copper lines. We're going to lay this line. Oh, yeah. We want these to go all the way for next time. We're going to lay this line here. We're going to ignore the research that's happening for the time being. Oops, this is a out. And then we're actually going to delete these because we're not using wooden power poles anymore. And we're going to replace them with regular power poles. We're going to see if we can do better than what we did. We can put one. Yeah, we can't get all of these, but if we do this right, no, there's nothing we can do. But one here, one here. We can get one here that does both sides. And then we can do this one and this one. That way we're only using 5 of these instead of... Oh, actually, I guess that guy... No, we saved one. We saved an entire power pole. Okay, no big deal. We can also drop these down. And... Oh, wait, we need the red inserters. And now we have just doubled our production. And there's another way... easy way to double your production one more time, and that is to upgrade these all. Oops, didn't realize that one would go in the middle there. To blue assembler 2. Sorry, I'm having a brain fart. Assembler 2s. Now we've doubled it, and then we've added 50% more. So we've tripled it basically from what we had before. That's still not enough though. We need to basically double this, and there's a problem. There's a cliff here, and there's also my science here, which on hindsight was probably not the right place to put it. However, I think for now I'm going to be happy with this setup right here. I'm going to place the radar here instead of here because we're also going to double this. To double this, we need to get rid of these. And we probably need to run down here a bit and get rid of these. Oh, and we're done with all of our equipment. I think I'm going to leave it at that for the time being, just because I want to finish this before I talk about anything else. I'm going to need more. Yeah, that'll work. So we're going to hit Control C. We're going to copy. Yeah, we might as well copy that copper line because it has to go up there to go to the other thing as well. And it looks like I'm actually one. Oh, I made this one special just to go to that. That's funny. I think I'm going to rethink the way I did that. I'm going to actually change this to that, so everything goes out for the time being. And then we're going to add. Yeah, I see what the problem is. Yeah, we don't want to copy that guy. We want to do it like this. And there's a tree in the way up here. Several of them. And a rock. There we go. Okay, now we can hit Control V and paste this guy right here, which will be perfect. Let's just run these out. Run these out. Oops. run these out and run these out. And we don't want, we can just upgrade those in place. Oops. That's what I get for trying to be good. And this belt's going the wrong way, so let's do that to it. Let's get these inserters stuffing stuff in here. And then these yellow inserters pulling out. And then one last set on the end, just like before. To send stuff this way. And then this guy can go like this. This guy can go like this. Then we can send it this way, just like we did before. And obviously that was enough to handle this. We're also not powered anymore, so let's go ahead and fix that. For now, we'll just do that. And we now have a backup of gears on the belt, so I'm happy with that. I'm not too happy with the with the green circuits. I'm also looking at my iron here, and I'm seeing that it's starting to look kind of harsh and unused as well. We have 2 lines of iron coming down, and really only one is making it this far, and then we're starting to get a backup. But that backup is probably mostly due to the fact that we don't have enough circuits coming down to fill whatever line wants circuits. Yeah, it's this line here, and the circuits aren't making it to the red circuits, which actually aren't being used for anything right now. So I think we're fine for the time being for those. Mostly because I wanna make some things for my armor. Mostly I want to make a belt immunity equipment, and I want to make a night vision equipment, and I want to make some solar panels. So I'll just make 6, 7. I'll make all 8. Why not? Belt immunity equipment. And let me right click my guy here. Belt immunity equipment. You just put it in your armor, and it's a module. That's why it's called modular armor, because you can do this now. Belt immunity equipment. When it has power, you no longer get pushed around by the belts, which is really nice. I can't explain in enough terms how nice it is to just be able to stand on the belt. Like right now, see, I'm moving down the belt because even though I have the belt immunity equipment installed, it's not being powered. So if I throw a power, let's see, put my character that. If I throw a solar panel on here, it needs to power them up. So it's going to take a little while. The solar panels need to, and it also might be night, because my night vision equipment might be giving me night vision. Let's go ahead and take night vision off for the time being. But then if you see here, yeah, the night vision equipment is slowly, it's got a tiny little tick of green on the electricity there. So every time I make one of these solar panels, it's going to give me more ability to have belt immunity. And yeah, I'm still not actually immune from the belt, but that'll come when the time comes. So we'll let that go, and then we'll come back to it in a little bit. Meanwhile, we need to... Yeah, I'm not happy with circuits at all. We need to address circuits. Okay, let's address circuits. I was going to actually wait on this, but these cliffs bother me. And see, yeah, now we don't have any solar power coming because the sun has gone down. So we don't have. We're not going to have belt immunity from that either, because it doesn't let me. It's not going to store the charge. The charge is, because I don't have batteries, the charge is going to just go away if I don't use it right away. It's also possible, I've never actually done this without batteries, it's also possible that without batteries that stuff just doesn't work anyway. We'll find out when the sun rises. In the meantime, let's go back to research here. We need to research batteries. Well, actually, we need to research explosives, really. And the funny thing is we can research stronger explosives, but we don't actually have, the only explosives we're making right now is grenades. So we need to research sulfur, so that we can research explosives. so that we can research cliff explosives. And we're just going to make those as quickly as possible so that we can get rid of those cliffs that are bothering us right now. Sulfur is also a main ingredient in batteries, so we're going to be using a lot of sulfur in the way of batteries as time goes on. But until that's ready, there's not much to do. I guess we could suck it up and make this. I mean, we're going to eventually anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much that we're spreading down here instead of spreading this guy over. But yeah, I'm trying to decide if I want to bother with that. But another thing, because we don't have batteries, night vision equipment is actually useless because it needs power in order to run, and it can't run if it's it can't run if it's doesn't have sunlight, and you don't need it unless you don't have sunlight. It's a little bit of a catch-22. That's why batteries are so important. But anyway, sulfur processing is coming along. So let's head over here. We don't actually want to do sulfur on the belt. Sulfur's a bad recipe. You'll see it in a little bit. We want to put water on the belt though, and there's really no water anywhere in the immediate area, except for back up here where our power plants are. And actually, we should check our power. It's been a while since we've looked at power. Let's see how our power's doing. We're still doing okay on power. We're getting to the point where we should start worrying about it, but we're doing okay. But we need we're going to need a pump, not a pump, a offshore pump, totally different thing. And then we're going to need a lot of underground pipes, which I think we already have. But we want to run some water to the belt, to the bus. And hold on 2 seconds. Sorry, my cat from last episode that wanted to get out has learned how to open the door, so so he can get out on his own now. Anyway, so we're gonna put this guy here. It doesn't really matter where we put the underground, or sorry, the offshore pump, and then we're gonna run pipes down like this, and we're gonna see. Of course, it's right where this box is. Fine, we'll move the box over by one. Stuff all the wood in it, remove it, and then do that. And this was fortuitous. I did not do this on purpose, but I wanted this. Need to chop this tree down. I'm just getting this pipe as perfectly as I can set it up to run down like this. And of course it's like that. I think I'd rather have the pipe be as long as possible. And then now I need to know where I want water on the bus. Now we're sending down this is our fluid area of the bus. Oh, we got our cliff explosives, which is awesome. So we can start making sulfur. I'm also gonna throw batteries on there too, because that's what I'm going to talk about after sulfur and cliff explosives. So we'll just research batteries and just so we have them. Okay, so but anyway, this is our fluid area of the bus, and I can put my pipes like that just to remember where it is. And I want water on the first one of these, which is awesome. That means I'm here right now. So I'm gonna go down one more. Whoops. It would help if I could reach where I'm going. I'm going to go down one more set of things. Then I'm going to go over this way, so he can come over here. And it looks like it's always this coal line that's getting interrupted by the pipes, but no big deal. And then actually, we're doing enough pipes that I want my pipe thing on the taskbar here. And the taskbar has more functions than I've so far shown you. When the time comes, I'll get into it in a little bit more detail. But for now, we're fine doing what we're doing. And did I do that incorrectly? I want water. Oh yeah, the middle one's lube. So okay. So anyway, so these are running down, and I kind of want these guys to match. So I think I'm going to do this so that these guys are now set up correctly. And also, if I run this guy up here for any reason, they'll match up there too. So that's nice. There's really no reason to have a match. I just like it to. Actually, there is a reason. If I'm driving a car through here, it's much easier to miss it if they're not scattered around on the thing. So that's good. So anyway, we need to keep running water down all the way down to the bottom of this pack here. Past these guys. Past my red guys, and that means I'm going to need, oops, not that. I'm going to need some of these because now I'm not gonna be making explosives and cliff explosives in a mall or anything like that, because they're really not that important. They're annoying actually. They're one of these things that doesn't that you need, but you don't need them very often, and they're a pain to make. So every time you want to make them, you need to like figure out what you're going to do. And I haven't actually thought about it because I didn't start this PlayStation thinking about oops, I just made a chemical plant instead of picking it up. I didn't start this PlayStation thinking about how I was going to do sulfur, but here we are. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start this as if I'm doing batteries, because batteries need sulfur, and then use that sulfur to also make explosives. I think that's probably a good way to do it, because you get so much sulfur for doing things that you don't generally need more than like a thing making sulfur. So we're going to make sulfur here. Then we're going to make explosives here. They need coal, sulfur, and water. And then we're going to make cliff explosives here, which actually need need an assembler. Yeah, and these the chemical machines look bigger, but they're actually the same size as these guys. And actually, I can just do that. And he needs cliff explosives, which did I not make them? Oh, there they are. Cliff explosives. They need explosives, an empty barrel, and a grenade. See, it's just this huge pane worth of stuff. So explosives need coal, sulfur, and water. These guys need explosives. We're going to need an empty barrel and a grenade. So we need to make an empty barrel here, which is, this is probably the only time I'm going to make an empty barrel, which takes steel. See how so much of a pain in this is? And then we also need grenades, which I think I'm going to make up here. Just to get this achievement, I don't know, like to get this working. And then we're never gonna need these again. I don't think we need explosives for anything other than an ingredient for rockets and things like that. So when we need those, we'll rethink this whole thing. But I just want to get cliff explosives as fast as possible, really. And I need to put grenades here. There we go. Okay. Now, what kind of malarkey do we need going on here? Let's see. These electronic poles go quite a ways, so that's kind of nice. Okay. So, these guys need iron and coal. And we need coal for you and not for you. Let's actually start down here. We need water and petroleum on coming down onto this guy, and I think I'm going to send it down this way just to keep out of the way of all this junk. And I'm going to go down all the way to here, and then I'm going to do this with the water like that. So water feeds into these guys, and really you don't need this pipe, you just need these two, which makes me want to put this in the middle. Not that it matters. Like I said before, one. Like I said before, fluid dynamics is kind of crazy in this game, and trying to figure it out will only drive you crazy. But that's good enough. Okay, so this guy needs to come to here. And this guy needs to come to here. And we are seriously out of underground pipes, which is kind of crazy, but I guess it should have been expected. We used a lot to get the water down here. So let's go up here to our bus. And we should probably also be laying bricks down because that's why I have them in my inventory. But head up here to our bus and we will grab all the undergrounds we need. And we should probably grab more chemical plants because we're going to be using a lot of them pretty soon. We'll just grab, yeah, we'll grab the other stack too. And we're fine on inserters, we're fine on belts. Yeah, we're good with all that stuff. And while we're doing this, let's go ahead and hit plus to make this bigger. And then just at least get us a walkway so that we can get down here a little bit faster. Okay, so that's these guys. This guy is set. He's got water and petroleum. Actually, we need to run the pipes. That's right. And we want these to match up, as I said before. So I made that belt a little bit shorter than it needed to be, just so it would go this way. And then this is a common thing. You have these two guys would have matched up together. You just stick this in the middle to get it going off that way. So now this guy has what he needs. This guy needs the sulfur that we're making here, and we're just going to do that. And yeah, we'll do that, even though, what does he need? He needs a sulfur every 4 seconds, so that would be dumb to use a blue inserter there. We'll use a yellow one, just the cheapest one possible. We'll also throw some power poles in here so that these guys can run. Now he's getting what he wants. All he needs now is coal, so we can send coal down on this line here. Gonna make this my yellow line just so I can run this. We're gonna send coal down here along with the iron and go up here with it so that this guy with a blue inserter can go into here, but with a yellow actually with a red inserter can go into here. So we need iron and copper on this line, and I know I'm running a little bit long, but I think I'm gonna keep going here. Did I say iron and copper? I meant iron and coal. And we're not running iron down anywhere near where we are. So let's go ahead and blow up these trees. See if I can get all of them. Nope. Oh, look at that. See, by trying to get all 3 of these trees, I ended up only getting 1 of the trees. But I think I'm just going to run 1 line of iron for now, just to get this going. And it needs to go farther, but I also need the coal, which I didn't realize I needed. So let's go ahead and do, let's see, where could I put the coal? The line that had the coal on it, that now has the plastic on it. I think I'm gonna fix this. Yeah, because I did have a line that I was gonna put plastic on, and I wish now I had, because I'm dumb for having thought that I wouldn't need coal further down the line. But the line that was going to have plastic on it is right next to the line that has coal on it. So it's this line right here. This is where plastic was going to go. So I think I'm going to be lame and do that. And put coal on this line now. We got coal coming down here. And it needs to go to here. And then we've got iron coming down here, and it needs to go to here. I don't know exactly where it's going to go, but that's where it's going to come out. So this iron line needs to split right here. Chop this tree down because it's in the way. It's in the way of seeing. It's not actually in the way to place things. And this is where we normally place our undergrounds, right? I don't actually know that for a fact. Let's place this one because we know this one's right. And then here to here. Yeah, that's perfect. And then we're good for that. And then this guy needs to come under and go this way. And then we're going to need an underground right here. And he comes out there, which is perfect. Okay, and then there's our iron and our coal. The coal's going to get stuffed into him, and he's going to start making explosives. And I just realized I need to delete these and place them here. Because these need to go into here, which means we need a power pole there. This is still fine, but he needs, yes, he's going to need steel. So we're going to need to run steel down here. Now, steel's a fairly precious resource, so I'm going to do something slightly tricky with steel as soon as I run up here to find it on the bus, because we're not we're not sending it down very far. And we're out of belts. Steel, though, being a precious resource, as I said, we're only going to put it on half the belt. Even though that belt doesn't need anything else on it, it's going to go on half the belt. And where am I going here? I forget what I want. Oh, belts. That's what I want. So we'll grab all the transport belts out of here. And while I'm willing to upgrade pretty much all of my assembler 1s to assembler 2s, I'm not willing to do the same thing with belts. Belts are very expensive. Red belts are far more expensive than yellow belts, and unless you need them, I don't think they're worth doing. Just because they're so expensive. Okay, this guy needs to be, yeah, he needs to actually go this way. So we're going to do this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this here just so it keeps this guy from, oh, we can't do that. We have to come out one more. Okay, here's a lesson for you. I can't send an underground here to come out over here, because that means this guy is now attached to him. You have to you have to, when you have an underground coming up like that you want to go around, you have to do it, actually let me do it. You have to do it this way. Next to it. And then just be off by one. Oh. I said I wanted to run 1 and I ran 2. Okay. So now we can run these. Oh, get in the way of the belts. Actually, we can turn it right here. And then run our steel this way. Have him go there and him go there. We're not going to really be using barrels very much, except for me to show you when the time comes. They're really not useful. They're kind of a holdback to the older version of the game where there were, the only way to train fluids was to put them in barrels. That's really not an issue anymore, so I'm not going to worry about it anymore. I'm not gonna show you how to barrel fluids to put on a train and things like that. I'm just going to show you the process and then take it down and never use it again. But anyway, cliff explosives. Let's get like 4 or 5 of them here. Yeah, I think 4. As soon as this one gets done being made, I will I'll pick it up. And then we'll go up and use cliff explosives. Here's why I don't use cliffs in my games normally. They just get in the way. They're a pain in the butt, and they're super easy to get rid of. So there's really no reason to have them other than to show you how they work. That's why I made them as small as possible. But anyway, cliff explosives, you run up here. These explosives, they don't hurt you. They don't hurt your buildings. They don't hurt anything. Trees, nothing. They just hurt cliffs, and they're literally a dry erase marker. They just get rid of the cliffs. Boom! Those cliffs are gone. Now we can take care of this circuit place and make it bigger. Which is what we're going to do next time. Now that we've made cliff explosives, we are going to we're going to do circuits. We're going to spread them out here. We might just kind of run them under here and continue them this way. But we'll deal with that next time. And it's nice that we're backed up on circuits. That's mostly because we're not doing anything right now. So, but that's next time. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I definitely enjoyed playing it. I'm Superfluous J, and I will, as always, talk at you later.